welcome back. It's Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's not so hot today, only 25. So, and this camcorder have finished charging. So it's 11. It's Tuesday, number 12. I've not spent any money on my credit cards yet, so my payment will drop a little bit, I hope. I'm thinking to drive American Truck Simulator. But now I like to read a bit. I need that and more note papers. So I have so much I like to read. So let's try to read so I can close. There's too much open. I have too many PDF open. Need to read some and close because my computer keep crashing. So I have power for 3 hours, so let's read something. 3 hours, then I will charge my camcorder and continue tomorrow.
Martin P5M Marlin. P5M /P5 Marlin U.S. Coast Guard Martin P5M 2G Marlin Roll Patrol Aircraft Manufacturer Glenn L. Martin Company First Flight 30 May 1948 Introduction 1952 1. Retired 1967 1. Status retired. Primary users United States Navy, United States Coast Guard, French Navy. Number build 285. Developed from Martin P5M Mariner. The Martin P5M Marlin. P5 Marlin after 1962. Built by the Glenn L. Martin Company of Middle River, Maryland, was a twin-piston engined flying boat that entered service in 1951. And served into the late 1960s with the United States Navy performing naval patrols. It also served with the United States Coast Guard and the French Navy. 285 were produced. Development. Built as a successor to the P5M Mariner, it had better engines, an improved hull, and a single vertical fin tail. The XP5M Marlin prototypes were based on the last P5M 5 Mariners, the company designation being Model 237. The type was heavily improved, again leading to the P5M2, Model 237B, which was redesignated SP5B. A number of P5M1 models were also used for training, designated TP50, after 1962. Design. P5M1 of VP45 in 1954. The Marlin was designed as a gull-winged aircraft. Placed the engines and propellers high above the spray. Power was provided by two Wright R3350 radial engines. The rear hull did not lift sharply from footer at the tail, instead rising up steadily, a Martin innovation. This gave the aircraft a longer base of flotation and reduced porpoising over waves. 2. The prototype had nose and tail turrets with twin 20mm, 0.79 in, cannon in each, as well as a dorsal turret with two 0.5 in, 12.7mm, M2 Browning machine guns. The cockpit area was the same as the Mariner's. It first flew on the 30th of May 1948. 3. The first of 167 production P5M1 aircraft was produced in 1951, flying on the 22nd of June 1951. 3. Changes from the prototype included a raised flight deck for improved visibility, the replacement of thin-nose turret with a large radome for the in/APS-44 search radar, federation of the dorsal turret, and new, streamlined wing floats. The engine nacelles were lengthened to provide room for weapons base in the rear. A VP-40S P5B after the last operational U.S. Navy flight of a Marlin in 1967, a French P5M2 in 1957. The P5M1 was followed by 116 P5M2 planes. These had a T-tail to put the tail surfaces out of the spray, and an /ASQ-8 mad boom at the rear of the tail tip, no tail guns. The gun position replaced with antenna for the /APN122 Doppler navigation set, better crew accommodation, and an improved boat to reduce spray during takeoff and landing. Operational history. U.S. Navy. The last flying boat operations of the United States Navy were market time patrols of VP-40.4. Maritime surveillance patrols began in February 1965 to locate small craft transporting supplies from North Vietnam to Viet Cong units in South Vietnam. 5. VP-40 operated from seaplane tenders and patrolled off the Mekong Delta between Phu Quoc and Vung To. 6. The last U.S. Navy P5M, redesignated as SP5B, was flown to NAS Patuxent River, Maryland on the 12th of July 1968 for interim storage pending construction of display area at the Smithsonian Institution in Washington. D.C. as a display area at Smithsonian did not materialize. The aircraft was later relocated to the National Naval Aviation Museum at NAS Pensacola, Florida, where it is currently on display. 7. The final Marlin flight was carried out by VP-40 to San Diego Bay on the 6th of November 1967. 8. U.S. Coast Guard. 7 P5M1GS and 4 P5M2GS were built for the United States Coast Guard for air-sea rescue service, but they found the planes difficult to maintain and surplus to requirements. They were subsequently transferred to the U.S. Navy, which redesignated them as TP5s and used them as training aircraft, since they had no provision for armament. French Navy. The French Navy took delivery of 10 former U.S. Navy Marlins between 1957 and 1959 to replace short Sunderlands in maritime patrol service, based in Dakar, Senegal in West Africa. They were returned in 1964. Variants. Company designations. M237 Company designation for P5M1 M237B. Company designation for P5M2 M270X P5M1 prototype converted with a revised hull. 9. M290 Company designation for P5M3, which was completely revised into the unbuilt 4-engine P7M Submaster Pre-1962 designations. XP5M1 prototype converted from a PBM Mariner with modified hull and tail. 10. P5M1 production model for the United States Navy, 160 built, later redesignated P5A. 10. P5M1G modified P5M1 for the United States Coast Guard, 7 conversions, later returned to the Navy as P5M1T. 10. P5M1S modified P5M1 with upgraded electronic and anti-submarine equipment, 8 conversions, later redesignated SP5A. 10. P5M1T7 former USCG P5M1GS returned to Navy as crew trainers and 1 former P5M1 later redesignated TP5A. 10. P5M2 updated model, 108 built for the U.S. Navy and 12 built for the French Navy. The P5M2 featured a T-tail in lieu of the low-mounted horizontal stabilizer used on the P5M1S. United States aircraft were later redesignated P5B. 10. P5M2S. Most P5M2S were modified with upgraded electronic and anti-submarine equipment, later designated SP5B. 10. P5M2G4 P5M2S built for the USCG, later transferred to U.S. Navy as P5M2S. 10. P5M3 completely revised as 4-engine M313 P7M1 Submaster. Mock-up built in 1956 but lost to Lockheed P3 Orion. Post 1962 designations. P5A P5M1 redesignated in 1962. 11. SP5A P5M1S redesignated in 1962. 11. TP5A P5M1T redesignated in 1962. 11. P5B P5M2 redesignated in 1962. 11. SP5B. P5M2S redesignated in 1962. 11. Operators. France. France French Navy. United States. United States United States Coast Guard. United States Navy. Survivors. 1 SP5B is located at the National Naval Aviation Museum at Naval Air Station Pensacola, Florida. Dies aircraft, Buno 135,533, is believed to be the last remaining example of the Marlin. It is now displayed inside the new hangar, as of the spring of 2010, and much of the exterior has been restored. The restoration is being financed by the museum and the Mariner/Marlin Association. 12. Specifications. P5M2. Data from United States Navy aircraft since 1911. 13. James All the World's Aircraft 1957-58. 14. American Flying Boats and Amphibious Aircraft, An Illustrated History. 15. General Characteristics Crew. 11. Length, 100 feet 7 in, 30.66 m. Wingspan, 117 feet 2 in, 35.71 m. Height, 32 feet 9 in, 9.98 m. Wing area, 1,406 square feet, 130.6 square meters. Empty weight, 50,485 pound, 22,900 kilograms. Gross weight, 76,595 pound, 34,743 kilograms. Max takeoff weight, 78,000 pound, 35,380 kilograms. Power plant, 2 Wright R3350-32WA duplex Cyclone 18-cylinder air-cooled radial piston engines with water injection, 3,450 HP, 2,570 kilowatts, each. Propellers, 4-bladed fully reversible constant speed propellers. Performance maximum speed, 251 miles per hour. 404 kilometers per hour, 218 kn, at sea level. Cruise speed, 150 miles per hour, 240 kilometers per hour, 130 kn, at 1,000 feet, 300 m. Range, 2,050 mi, 3,300 kilometers, 1,718 mi. Service ceiling, 24,000 feet, 7,300 m. Rate of climb, 1,200 foot /min, 6.1 m/s. Wing loading, 60.5 pound /square feet, 295 kilogram /m2. Power /mass, 0.13 kilowatt /kilogram. 3-view line drawing of the Martin P5M2 Marlin. Armament up to 8,000 pound, 3,600 kilograms, internally in nacelle bombays and up to 8,000 pound, 3,600 kilograms, externally under the wings for 2,160 pound, 980 kilograms, torpedoes or 4 2,000 pound, 907 kilograms, mines or bombs or 8 1,000 pound, 454 kilograms, mines or 16 500 pound, 227 kilograms, bombs or 16 330 pound, 150 kilograms, depth charges or 1 mk.90 Betty nuclear depth charge. Avionics AN/APS 44 radar, later replaced by AN/APS 80 radar. Julie Echo ranging active sonar. AN/AQA3 Jezebel acoustic search passive sonar. See also. Related development Martin P5M Mariner. Aircraft of comparable role, configuration, and era Beriev B-12. Shinmeiwa US-10. Short Sunderland. Related lists: List of flying boats and float planes. List of military aircraft of the United States.
Good. Let's stop the video.